You're listening to the Master Passive Income Podcast Network. Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. This is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you get financial independence, quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate so you never ever have to work a job again. And today, I'm going to be sharing with you how commercial and multifamily real estate investing works and how the team that you build will either make you lots and lots of money or cost you lots and lots of money and how to do it right. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
What's up? What's up? Super blessed as always to have you here with me on the show. Now, there is a couple amazing things that I want to share with you because a lot of people are saying to me, well, Dustin, it is so hard to invest in real estate right now. I can't find any deals. It's so hard to get money. The interest rates are so high. All these, honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's a little tough love. They're excuses. That's really what it comes down to. These are excuses, or a tiny little side caveat to an excuse would be lack of knowledge and lack of ability to actually do something that you want to do. Like say you want to play poker very, very well, poker with cards. If you want to play very well and you keep losing, well, you are not educating yourself, number one, but you're also not applying yourself. You're not doing it the right way. So that's why I'm saying it's an excuse, but it can be overcome. So just recently, and I've been talking about this on the episodes, and in the month of June, I literally bought a multifamily 355 unit apartment complex and a short-term rental property that is making me $6,000 a month total gross. I think after all the expenses, I'm probably going to be clearing about $3,500 to almost $4,000 a month in passive income from the short-term property. So I bought a 355 unit apartment complex, just closed 2 days ago, which was awesome. And then also bought a short-term rental property that's making me money. Now, that will eventually be a property that we move into when we're able to move out into Tennessee. But those are two deals that we got and now have lots of money and passive income coming in. And the reason why I say it would be an excuse to say that there's no deals, well, my students are getting deals. In fact, on our last group coaching call, we have group coaching calls every single month where we go through everybody's questions, answering their questions, getting them past roadblocks, and going through wins. Well, 3 students literally got a property. They closed on a property and they shared in their wins, 3 of them. And it was surprisingly enough in the same city. They weren't actually working together. And I'll give it away. It's Birmingham, Alabama. Because you might be thinking, well, Dustin, what city is it? I really want to start looking at that city. Well, it was Birmingham, Alabama. And they didn't know they were each investing in the same city, but they all did. And they all closed on a property. They have passive income of $250 or more in passive income, got great equity when they bought these properties. Now, the reason why I myself included with the students and all the investors can get deals is because we are applying ourselves and utilizing the knowledge or the education that we've gotten. Like I literally learned through the school of hard knocks. That means trial and error, losing tens and 20, 30, 40, $50,000, doing everything wrong, and then eventually figuring out the right way to do it. Well, my students, they're learning from my mistakes, and you listen to the podcast. You're learning from my mistakes. That's what I'm literally sharing with you, all of my mistakes. And with all of this, I even had a trip. I just got back literally 2 days ago from Japan, went 2 weeks through Japan. And if you want to see everything that we did in Japan, everything from Tokyo Disney to Tsukiji Fish Market, huge, like the biggest fish market in the entire world there. We went to Shibuya Crossing, which is a huge crossing. We did lots and lots of stuff all around Tokyo. So I put it on my Instagram. You can check it out. The Dustin Heiner, THE Dustin Heiner. Check out all that stuff we did. And I even show my short-term property on there, as well as my multifamily, the 355 unit apartment complex. Now, we closed on the deal, and this is the episode, or this is what we're talking about today, is as I am literally doing this multifamily commercial property investing, I'm going to be teaching you every single step of the way as I'm going through it, because I want you to be prepared. This is the step that every investor must take, is to get into commercial or multifamily or more units. Honestly, think of Monopoly. And I think it's probably 4 or 5 episodes ago, I talked about winning Monopoly of Life, the game of Monopoly of Life. Well, and how you win is you actually start with residential, grow your passive income so you're making money, collecting rents, and eventually you move into multifamily like hotels. Well, this is what we want you to do. Myself, Charles, and William, other coaches here. And with that, we want you to grow into multifamily. We want you to get the passive income to get financial independence. And honestly, financial independence, that's just the starting point. A lot of us, it takes the longest time to get to financial independence. But once you're there, that's just the starting point to then your future of making money. And then imagine 40 plus hours of your life back to you that you can then go out and find more deals, invest in more properties, build businesses, hang out with your family, all these other great things that you could do with your time. So we got to get to financial independence first. That's why we start with buy and hold. It could be a long-term, mid-term, or short-term properties. Long-term leases, mid-term 30, 60, 90-day stays, or short-term like Airbnb. We start there. And the reason why is because that's the easiest, the lowest barrier to entry. It might seem hard to you, but it's absolutely very simple and honestly easy once you know how to do it. But obviously you got to learn how to do it. And I'm glad you're listening to the podcast because I'm literally teaching you how to do this. And once you start mastering passive income, that's why I have the brand Master Passive Income, because I want you to master passive income. Once you've mastered it with these long-term buy and hold properties, now they could be mid-term, short-term, all the above, that we invest in all those, then we get into multifamily. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is multifamily. And in multifamily investing, it's so much more complex than it is for you buying a single family home or a duplex, triplex, or a fourplex. Those are so much easier. And you're going to hear other people. Other people are going to be saying, and the ones that really want you to invest in their syndications, that really want you to buy their courses, they're going to say, it's so easy to invest in multifamily or syndication. It's so easy to buy 100 units. It's the same amount of work to buy 100 units as it is to buy a single family home. No, it's absolutely not. Trust me, I've done both many times. And I'm telling you, buying a single family home is the easiest thing to do. Buying a multifamily or a commercial property is so much more complex. And I'm going to, as best I can, break it down for you in the roles that you have to have and the people you have to have in place on your team. And when I say team, it's not your business. This is your team of other investors and people working with you, because it is very hard to do all of this by yourself. And as I go through these roles, you're going to be thinking, oh my goodness, yeah, there's so many different roles. To do every single one, that's going to be really hard. We need more people. Now, the reason why we need more people, and the reason why I use the word team instead of building your business, you guys have, if you listen to my show, you'll hear me always talk about building your business first. When you were buying single family homes, midterm, short-term, or long-term properties, we build the business first so that it runs itself. Well, we can do that now with a multifamily or commercial property. You're not building a business, you're building a team. Other investors that are going to be partnering with you in your deals, because there's so many things and so many problems that come up and so many roles to take. So we're going to walk through all of those. Now, one great thing, if you are still wanting to invest with me, even though we closed on the 355 unit apartment complex, and I want you to go back and listen to the last 2 or 3 episodes, you'll hear how we got the deal, everything about the distressed seller, how we got it literally for 60 cents on the dollar, for 60% of the value, and how we're going to fix it up and make it even better, and then hopefully exit at 2.3 to 2.5 times our money plus an 8% return. I walked through all those in the past few episodes. Now, if you still want to invest with me, you still can invest with me. Because it was a distressed seller, we had to close even faster than we normally would. And in doing that, we raised enough money to actually close. So we closed. on the property, we still have more funds that we are trying to raise because we have more things to do to the property, like capital expenses, like fixing up the property, upgrading the property to make it rent more, and fixing roofs, things like that are going to make the property more value. And that's called a value add. Basically, you buy a property and then you put money into it to make it worth more, make it rent more, and then it's worth more. We are raising money for that, and we are raising money for operating capital. That means basically money in your bank account so that you have money that comes and goes. You can't just have a zero bank account in a business because you spend money in order to make that money. Well, you need money. So we actually still are looking for investors. And I want you to check the link in the description. If you go to masterpassiveincome.com/Cove, COVE, we are still taking on investors. We've raised $10 million now, and we need a couple more million, so we're almost there. Just about ready to close the investing portal so that nobody else can invest in it because we're just about done with this investment. But this is an amazing deal. And the reason why I'm bringing up my deal is because as I'm walking through all of these roles, these team members that we need in our commercial and multifamily investing, as we are going through these, I'm going to be talking about this deal because it's going to be very helpful for you to understand in big picture what it looks like and how it plays out. One quick last thing, I'm actually putting on another conference. So you know I have the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. I'm also putting on a multifamily wealth builders conference in November of 2024. It'll be the first weekend in November, and it'll be in Denver, downtown Denver. Watch out for more information on that. I don't have the webpage up. Just, I said, you know what? This is the next step for every investor. I want them to get into multifamily. Let me teach them more and more how to get in multifamily. And that's what that event's about. But watch out for that. So let's jump into every single role that you're going to need, the people, the team members you're going to need for your real estate investing. Now let's start with those who are a part of the deal finding and deal locking in team. That would be the deal team. And those people are and would be real estate brokers, many of them that can bring you deals, attorneys, and title companies. These are the people that help take down the deal. Number one, get the deal for you, but then take down, which means you put it under contract and you get under escrow, then you buy the property. These are the people that you need on your team. But here is those are basically the business people. Real estate brokers and attorneys, they're not partnering with you. You're paying them for their services. But what you really need on your team, remember, business, team separate. Business is realtor and attorneys, your team. You need somebody who is a general partner, and we'll get to what general partner and limited partner are in just a second, but you need somebody that's a general partner, that's the deal finder. They're the ones that find these deals. They're the ones finding all these sellers and trying to knock on doors of big companies and big sellers of big properties. They're the ones finding those deals. That's somebody on your team. That's a general partner. Now, in my deal, the 355 unit apartment complex in Tennessee near Nashville, the deal finder, his name is Chad King. He is a fantastic guy, number one. But number two, he found the deal. Now, with that, he's a general partner. Now, the general partner is a few different people, and it should only be a handful of people. But honestly, people that you trust and people that are going to be a part of your team that you trust because you're going to be partners. And honestly, I'm old enough now where I don't get into partnerships with anybody, but in an investment like this, where we have defined roles and investments and we're solidified by a property, I'm getting in with this company. So let me quickly go over the general partners of my property that we just bought. We have Chad King. He's the deal finder. And he's also going to be an asset manager, which we'll get into in just a second. We also have Jason Yarusi and Pili Yarusi. They've been on my show many times, friends of mine. They've spoken at RubeCon 3 times. I'm literally moving to be 6 minutes away from them. They're fantastic people. Jason and Chad have partnered on many deals together. And with them working together, they are going to be general partners, just like I am a general partner. And with the general partner, we have one more. So they're Chad King, Jason Yarusi, myself, as well as Bill Allen. Bill Allen is like me, where we are the fundraisers. We raise capital, basically raise money from other investors to invest with us. So Bill is solely, he doesn't do anything with deal finding. I don't do anything with deal finding. Jason and Chad, they do. Their roles are more the deal finder. Chad's really good at it. It's where he really specializes. Now, the next thing that we have, once we have the deal, remember we have deal finder, we have attorneys, and we have realtors. The great thing about this property we just bought, the realtor already knew Chad and Jason very, very well. The seller went to the realtors and said, hey, realtors, who do you know in the area that buys multifamily, that can close very, very quickly, that are good at buying properties? We're going to bring this to them. The realtors called up Chad and called him up and said, hey, Chad, we have this amazing deal. You should buy it. He looked at it and said, absolutely, we're going to buy it. So Chad and Jason, they got together. They're the one that put down the earnest money to buy the property. And then comes in Bill and myself and Peely. We are more the capital raisers. We are the ones that raise money so that we can actually buy the property. So first you have the deal team, then you have the money team. And I want to pause for a quick second and share that honestly, I really want you to invest in real estate. Now, my new goal is to help 1 million people invest in real estate. So 2 things I would ask from you. Number 1, if you get anything out of this episode, please share it with somebody else. Just say, hey, check out Dustin and Master Passive Income. He really wants to help 1 million people to invest in real estate. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to get you to invest in real estate. Get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll literally give you my course, show you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to build the business first. I always talk about that, and how to find the right properties, how to make sure you're getting experts to do the work for you, and scale the business to where you're making $250 or more in passive income. Scale it to quit your job. I'll literally get to you, or go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Obviously, it'll be in the description, but I really, really want you to invest in real estate, because the more that actual normal everyday people own real estate that are good landlords, the better everybody's life gets. Those are lenders, mortgage brokers, insurance brokers, and other investors. Now, on your team though, now the business would be lenders, mortgage brokers, insurance brokers, and other investors. Those are the people that are in the business. Now, who is the team though? The team are the general partners. Remember, we have the general partner that does deal finding. That would be Chad. We have the money people in the team. That would be Chad. Also, he plays that role too, where he raises money. Bill raises money. I raise money. Jason and Peely all raise money, because if we're going to buy a $32 million apartment complex and we need to come up with $12 million, not all of us or any of us really have $1 million, but collectively, if we get other investors with us, we can raise that $12 million. Well, we did raise just about $10 million already from all of us and all of our contacts. Everybody, actually have lots of people from Master Passive Income Podcast investing with us, which is terrific. And also from Rubicon, they're investing with us. So again, if you want to invest with us, you still have an opportunity. Even if, after you hear this, maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now, or 4 weeks, or however long, still go to that same link. It'll still go out to where if a future deal that we have, and I'm actually bringing it to other investors, it'll put you on a list to be an investor with us. Now, the money team, getting back to the money team. The money team, these are the people that raise money. Like Bill does not actually do anything other than raise money. Now, I raise money, but then I'm also a part of the property team. Remember, we have the deal team, then we have the money team, now we have the property team. The property team, the business that we build first is having property managers, contractors, surveyors, and other people that would work in the business, work for us. But the team, remember, business is separate than the team. The team, those are the people that we work with that are partners. Well, they are the asset managers. We have Bill, who's not an asset manager. Hopefully this is not getting confusing. It seems like it might be getting confusing, at least to me. As I'm saying this, even though I understand it, it seems like it might be confusing, but I'm going to try to break it down. We have the deal team, Chad and Jason. Then you can have multiple hats where Chad and Jason are also asset managers and capital raisers. So they are doing all 3 parts of this, as well as I am the capital raiser, the money team, and the asset management team, but I'm not the deal team. Bill, he's only the money team. He's not managing the asset. He's not doing anything like that. So these are the team members that you need in your business. Somebody finds a deal, people that raise money, and then people that manage and take care of the property ongoing to make the property even better. You also, one other thing that you need that is accompanied with the deal team is an underwriter. Now, the underwriter is very important. Underwriting basically says, let's look at all of the numbers in this business, this property that we're buying, because when you buy a property, it's a business. Let's look at all the numbers, the profit and loss statements, the balance sheet, look at all that stuff and make sure this is a good deal. The underwriter is so important. I'll be completely honest though, I am not an underwriter. There's no way I would ever be an underwriter because even though I understand what I'm looking at, I'm not good enough. In fact, you listen to this, you're probably so much smarter than me. When it comes to math, I literally lose numbers in my brain. I think it's like, dyslexia is for like words. I might have like dyscalculia. I've heard that's the term, but numbers go in my brain and they kind of flutter away and they disappear. Literally, if I'm playing golf, I have to go back and count my strokes again because they lose, the numbers lose in my brain. It's just sad, but I don't have to be good at that. I just have to have great people on my team who are great underwriters. So we have the deal finder, we have the underwriter, capital raisers, and asset managers. Now, who should you be in all of this? Actually, before I get to who you should be, let me talk a little bit about why this deal and why now. So I've honestly had many people come to me and ask me to raise money or be a general partner. Now, quickly, because I haven't said this, I'm going to get into a limited partner. The limited partner, those are the people who invest their money. They don't have any say in the business. They can't control anything. They're investors. Now, in our deal, the investors, the limited partners, get money before the general partners. They get an 8% preferred return. So 8% a year, and it's paid out quarterly. So if you put in $100,000, you're going to get $8,000 back every year, but it's paid out quarterly. So you get $2,000 a quarter, $500 a month, basically breaks down to $8,000. Now, the limited partners, they have limited liability. They don't have much really many at all. Now, what happens with those limited partners, they are relying on us as general partners. Now, here's the reason why this deal and right now, even though I've had so many other people wanting me to raise money and become a general partner with them, a couple different reasons. Number one, it's because I trust the people that I'm working with. Jason and Peely, I literally stayed at their house for, I think it was 4 or 5 days, hanging out with them while we were looking for a property to move into or to buy and to move into in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where this property is. And they are fantastic people. I've literally known them for 4 or 5 years now. Really, really trust them. They're fantastic. So, number one, the reason why you get into any deal, if you're a limited partner, is if you trust the people. Do not get into any deal. And if you listen to Zach Zimmer's show, he's a part of the Master Passive Income Podcast Network. He has Passive Income Life. He basically, honestly, he's not going to toot his own horn, but he makes a lot of money. You think I make a lot of money? No. This guy makes a lot of money. And he came to me and said, Dustin, I really want to help people. I want to be a part of what you're doing. I said, great, let's talk about how do we do it? And he is a part of Master Passive Income now. He's coaching, getting you to multi-millions. So with that, he lost a lot of money because he had extra money. He's like, you know what? This sounds good. Let me just put money here. And this sounds good. Let me put money there. And this sounds good. Let me put money over there. Well, sadly, he's losing lots and lots of money because a couple of the people that he's worked with, he thought they were reputable. He didn't do that much due diligence. He'll admit that. He'll literally, in fact, if you go listen to his show, he's got a couple of shows where he talks about all the money he's lost and the lessons he learned, which is fantastic. But with Zach, he now is only investing in people that he knows and understands and trusts. That's why this deal was so good from the start, was the people that I am going to be partnering with that I personally trust. That's number one. But number two, it has to be an amazing deal. Honestly, Jason and Peely came to me in December of 2023. He said, hey, we have 3 properties. It's going to be one big deal, one big fund all together. We want you to be a general partner with us. And honestly, the deal was not that fantastic. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good deal, but it was not amazing. And I said to myself, because I absolutely would hate to lose your money. I've lost plenty of money. Like if you came and invested with me, I personally lost lots and lots of my own money. It's a bummer when I lose money. I don't want to lose money, but I've lost money before. It would kill me if I lost your money. So I was like, because I invested in other deals before, lots of other deals, other people's deals. I just give them money, have them invest. And if I lose my own money, that's a bummer. But if I'm going to put my name out there for somebody else to invest with me, I'm going to do everything I can to, number one, make sure the right people that I'm working with, but number two, that it's an amazing deal. And that's what I want you to be doing when you're thinking about multifamily. Don't just get, oh, it's a multifamily. Let me buy it. Let me go ahead and jump it. No. It has to be a good deal. If it's not a good deal, we do not buy bad deals. So this deal, because it was a distressed seller, they need to move very, very quick. They were selling it for 60 cents on the dollar. They didn't want to take it to market. They would have been able to get almost 100% of the value. So it is $145,000 per unit that they could sell it for. We are buying it for $90,000 a unit because they are distressed. They need the money for a new project that they're building in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they need that money, so they need to close fast. So that's a big one. Number one, 60 cents on the dollar we're buying it for. Even if we had to turn around and fire sell it for $125,000 or $120,000 or $115,000 per unit, we're going to make a lot of money. So we're buying it for 60 cents on the dollar. Then next, on top of that, the cash flow is fantastic on this property, even if we didn't do anything. Now, we will get in and raise rents per property or per unit. There's probably about 5 or 10% increase in rents that we could do because they haven't actually done a really good job managing the property. That's the great thing, is when they haven't managed it well, we can get in and manage it better and make it worth more. On top of that, they literally have it at 94% occupied, which is good. Don't get me wrong. That's very good. 94% occupied. We're going to get up to 97 or 98% occupied. You never, and here's a big tip, you never want to be 100% occupied. And the reason why is because you're under your market value. You're not charging enough if it's 100% occupied. We're going to try to get to 98%. And if 355 units, we have a lot of units that are full. And with the income, we're going to be able to raise the income because we're going to be able to raise rents and get more occupied. But another great thing, the expenses that we have on this deal is normally property management fees per unit would be about 6%, maybe 6.5%. Because Jason and Chad have so many other properties, about 1,000 other units in the same city, that we have one property manager that manages like 4,000 units. Now they've been our property manager for a while. And because we have so many properties with them, our cost is 3.5%, not 6.5%. We're cutting our cost to 3.5%. So we're cutting our expenses. Even if we didn't cut our expenses, we're doing great. Even if we didn't raise our income, we're doing great. We're still going to do well. But with all of those combined, we're looking awesome. So here's one last quick thing that I need to share with you. So when you get a loan for a commercial property, this is a big deal. Honestly, this is a very big deal. People that are teaching this, that are just selling courses and stuff, they're going to say this is not that big of a deal. No, this is a big deal. The loan that we have on this property is so much better than any other loans. Now, I'm going to give you a little secret. You might have heard something, maybe, if you're kind of, in the real estate bubble. Well, there's a guy named Brandon Turner. He has, he has a podcast on the Bigger Pockets podcast. He has his own fund. He says that he has, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 properties, however many properties. Well, I just heard he stopped giving his distributions to his investors. When I said for our property, we give out 8% per year return, preferred, which means you get paid before we get paid. Well, he literally stopped those distributions. Whatever they were promised to get paid, they're not going to get paid because the loans that they got were bad. And honestly, Brandon even put out a little Instagram little thing saying, oh, hey guys, so sorry, we're not going to be giving you any money because our loans were hard money loans for multifamily and we're having a refinance, but the refinance is actually very, very high now because the interest rate's so high. So anyways, they're stuck now. So this is the reason why I loved this deal. On top of everything I shared, our interest rate is 6.1% interest rate. And in fact, when we closed, it was actually lower. We were talking 6.1. Now it's 5.8 because interest rates came down. That's amazing. My single family home that I just bought for a short-term property is literally 8%. I wish I would have got 6% on my house. Hopefully I'll be able to refinance eventually, but it was 5.8 when we actually closed. I'm used to saying 6.1 because that's what we were talking before we actually closed, but now we closed, we actually have a 5.8. With that, this is the big deal. We have a 7-year term. Every single commercial property that you buy, it could be multifamily, commercial, storage facilities, whatever. If it's commercial, you're going to have a 4 or 5-year loan that you're going to have to pay that loan back or refinance or sell. That's why I never really cared for syndications, is because in a syndication, somebody investing their money into a multifamily deal, is because they have to exit very, very fast and get their money back. So they have to go do it all over again every single time. Buy next property, buy the next property, buy the next property, and keep recycling that money over and over again. Well, they, like Brandon Turner and a lot of other syndicators, they're stuck holding this huge mortgage, and now their investors are in for a world of hurt. Well, we have a 7-year term, 7 years. So we have such a huge runway to actually sell the property eventually, because the end goal is to sell it at 2.5 times, 2.3, 2.5 times our return. So if you put $100,000 in, we're going to sell it, and hopefully you're going to get out $250,000 total. Plus, if you had 8% return for 5 years, that's $40,000. Hopefully you're going to get $290,000 back out of your $100,000 that you invested. So those are the main reasons why I said why here and why now. And honestly, I put in $100,000 of my own money. And you should never invest your money if the person you're investing with and you're trusting is not investing their own money. I mean, I kid you not, I would never invest my money if the other person did not put in their own money. And I would never ask you personally, that's just my own, I guess, personal internal compass. I would never ask you to invest in any of my deals if I was not willing to put in lots of my own money into this deal. So you have so many different people that need to function in these roles. And you have the deal finder, the underwriter, the capital raiser, and the asset manager. Now, how you figure out which role you fit in? Well, if you are somebody that likes to find deals, if you are scouring the internet, from Zillow to Redfin, Trulia, Realtor.com, and LoopNet, where they have multifamily properties on. If you love doing that, you love going and visiting properties. I don't want to do that stuff. If you love that, then you could be a good deal finder. That's number one. Number two, the underwriter. If you are good at numbers, if you love looking at spreadsheets, if you're like a spreadsheet wizard and you love numbers, you may be a very good underwriter. That's going to be fantastic for you. If you know lots of people, and if you have a podcast that has a lot of people that listen to it, or if you've been an investor for 20 plus years and everybody knows you're an investor, you can call up your friends. If you know people and people know you, you can become a capital raiser where you help raise the funds. And if you have the ability to manage a property, or if you have experience in managing properties, and if you know how to rehab and fix up your properties, you can be an asset manager. That's another role, somebody that takes care of ongoing. If I was just a capital raiser, I would not have any asset management for that point forward. Once I'm done, once we close the deal, then I don't have anything left to do. Well, I personally want to be an asset manager because I want to oversee. Like if I'm asking you to invest your money with me, I want to oversee it as best as I can. Now, to be completely honest, he is a very, very awesome guy. Not arrogant, not going to tell people what to do. I trust him to listen to my suggestions and also Chad's. And Jason is a fantastic guy. He's not crazy arrogant like some people, only doing what they want. No, he's actually going to listen to me and Chad as we are helping with the asset management to make the right decisions on everything. So those are the big things that you need to be looking at. If you're going to start investing in multifamily, you have to have a team, not just your business. That's another thing we build, but you have to have the right people around you that you can trust. And I hope if you want to invest with us, you absolutely can. Go to masterpassiveincome.com/Cove, COVE, and I'll literally get you on our list. Well, I'll probably even reach out to you myself and talk to you about investing. But we would love to have you invest with us, even sometime in the future. All right, guys, thank you so much for being on part of the show. I really appreciate you being here with me. And I hope you guys have huge success in your real estate investing. And that is it for today. Go ahead and get my free real estate investing course. Text the word rental to 33777. RENTAL to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders group coaching. Get all my courses. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next show. See ya.